Welcome back, my fellow cultists. Welcome back to the Crit Heads Podcast, the show where once you listen, you'll never want shish kebab again. I'm your friendly neighborhood crypt keeper Eli, here to bring you our next hair-raising episode. But first, we're trying something a little new. I've come to realize after starting this podcast that there are a ton of really talented people in the Lovecraft community. The mythos we all know and love has inspired madness all over the world, in the best ways. And I want to start showcasing some of that talent by taking submissions of art, music, or anything else able to be showcased in an audio medium on the podcast. I'll have more info at the end of the episode if you want to make a submission. But today, we have our first contestant, who is the author of a comedy series of books based in the Cthulhu mythos. His name is Roy M. Griffis, and he wrote the story we'll be sampling at the end of the episode today called The Thing from HR. His books are sold on Amazon if you want to check it out, so stick around to the end for that. But for today, in the main story, we find out what a brother's love actually looks like when faced with the ultimate sin. And we have a skim through of our favorite yellow book. Tonight's horrifying tale is called Oh Brother, Where Ya At?
One, two, three.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
So, we kind of all left off where everybody was ending their mission
Cheers.
And going home.
Cheers, everybody.
You were meeting with Mr. White at the very end. Somebody named Mr.
Brent,
White.
sir?
Yes.
Okay. You went to Constatine Jones's house, right?
Oh, yes.
He said he was sleeping over at your house. Cheers, guys.
I mean,
by the way, yeah.
when am I not?
And you were at home too, right? I think you went home after.
Yeah, but there was something that happened to me.
What was what?
There was like something that crawled inside of me or
Right.
something like that.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we're going to start this off, I think, just to get us started with Frederick Dawson. All right.
Somebody fucking left.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So, Frederick Dawson, the meeting with Mr. White went well. In fact, you get a bit of relief now knowing there's another distinguished gentleman such as yourself here in Flippin. You never met another... What's that?
It feels good. Away from all these hicks.
Yeah. You never met another person in this godforsaken town that could even slightly had a similar taste as you. You're beginning to lose hope altogether.
It's true.
You guys were sharing a bottle of whiskey during a conversation, you know, so he's like, yeah, it's good to have you along with Department 29.
My pleasure to, get to live that life that you read in the books without, repercussions.
That's right. Well, that's
Money
great
can
to
only
hear.
buy you out so many.
Well,
Dad is getting mad.
You'll be glad to know that this job will pay you very well, in fact. So it's good to hear. And you know that when he says that, you think, this money could maybe even help your trust fund negotiators. Keep them quiet. For a little while, at least.
I do might have overdrawn a little bit, so I'm very excited on this point.
So he says, I think I'm going to get on here in a little bit, but here's your 9mm, and here's your badge, and it has your name on it. He also, well, before I go, though, maybe you can spread this on to the other agents.
Absolutely.
I am in need of a book, a certain book. One of the other agents brought this book back to their home from the field, and I'm worried.
Don't worry.
Here's one of the agents that went missing before we hired you along on this case. And I can tell you where his last location of residence would be, and he gives you an address. And we'll just say it's around,
I'm coming around.
it's near a neighborhood near the police station. I'm just gonna kind of be general about it. So yeah, he gives you the exact address of the last known location of residence of the missing agent.
I'll get Mr. Wilson right on it.
And then he says, all right, well, I think that'll be all. I'll get in touch with you over the walkie-talkie if anything goes wrong. Make sure you keep it on at all times.
Absolutely. And you can take the rest of it to go. I have a cupboard full Frederick opens it, showing many whiskeys.
Oh,
He was prepared.
I don't mind if I do. You mind if I just take a bottle? Let's just say
Take two.
Oh, right. That's
a long week.
And he does. He takes 2. Thank you, sir. I think I will be on my way now. Just like I said, make sure you keep on that walkie-talkie. Make sure you keep up with the dates and everything we set forward.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. All right, and they shake. You guys shake hands, and he leaves the front door of your house. And when you lock the door for the night, you notice it's a quiet night. Too quiet. Where's Mr. Wilson at? Did he ever make it back home?
He was at the police station, by God.
And what about that mangy mutt?
Commoners, I swear.
So what do you do to end this night, Frederick Dawson?
Well, I'm gonna call back home to Detroit, and I'm gonna put a hold on his Discretion account till he shows the fuck up for work.
For Mr. Wilson. All right. So yeah, you do that. You fuck up his record. Let's say right before doing what? Going to bed. Is that
Going to bed.
All right.
After another drink.
So yes, you have your drink. You get on to your room and go to bed. But in the middle of the night, of course, you hear something wake you up in a cold sweat. You hear the sound of glass shattering.
Well, I do have that beautiful 9mm, but
You have it sitting next to your bedstand.
I have something a little more potent. I have the Negotiator, my shotgun.
Oh shit.
Well, of course it's Rack. They're hicks around. I don't trust them. I will sort of open the door a little and peek around, see what I can see.
You peek around and the house is dark. The house is super dark. Nothing seems out of order through this hallway that you're looking down. You know, your living room was a little bit farther down the hallway, though. If you wanted to look, you'd have to kind of go a little bit farther.
Okay.
Down the stairs, right? Are you upstairs, or what's the house situation
It's
here?
a ones.
It's a one? So you're just
let's
down the
not
hallway.
have high expectations.
Right, right. So yeah, you just, it's down the hallway.
Well, Mr. Frederick will think back about all those questionable TV police movies, and he's like, I'll get near the hallway, I'll switch the lights, I'll blind them, and if I don't like what I see, I'm going to blow their brains out.
All right, so explain.
Self-defense.
Explain, kind of give us a word picture of how you were walking down this hallway. You're kind of creeping down, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
He is creeping down like Elmer Fudd in the TV show. Hunchback, shotgun, sort of waving back and
Panning
forth.
back and forth, yeah.
You know, he's a little buzzed, you know. Hasn't gotten out of his system yet, so he's sort of going very quiet. Best to his ability.
Okay, at this point, you're at the end of the hallway, next to the light switch. Flick on the light switch, and when you flick it on, you see that your front window has been shattered through. There's glass all over the living room, all over the couch that was sitting in front of it, all over, you know, the coffee table with your books on it, and you know, you left a coffee cup in there, and there's glass all inside of it too. But in the center of the coffee table, also, you see a brick. Looks to have been thrown through your window. Oh, and at this moment you hear wheels spinning, like scurrying. So give me a dex check or a spot hidden check to do something quickly to see if you can see out your window what's the noise is coming from. Just roll. It's got to be quick though. So if you're rolling,
I'm rolling my dex.
It's still spurring. Like, oh, we can't.
and this one. My
Can
bad.
this car go? Still spurring.
73 is high.
Nope.
So yeah, by the time you get to the window, all you see is smoke, like some tires were spurring out and just rushing down the street. But I'll give you this: you do see a white van.
Uh-oh. Classic.
No kids in it, though, I don't think. Maybe.
Hopefully. Well, that's the
We
hope,
can-
man.
You couldn't discern. There was writing on it, but you could not discern the writing because it was too dark at the moment. You just couldn't discern. There was writing on the side, but you couldn't see it.
God damn it. I'm going to have to pay for that to be repaired.
And when you look at this brick a little more closely, you see it has writing on it in white paint.
Pick it up, sort of, while putting my shotgun down against my leg, just in case. And I try to read it.
It says in writing, "We know where you live now. And then there's a sign of a white rabbit drawn, smiling, next to the word, the Dormouse.
These people have weird fetishes. I'm gonna shrug. I'll just leave it there. It's a problem for tomorrow morning.
By the way, roll me a sanity check.
Absolutely.
Not for the situation, but because of this is like the at-home base kind of. I'm making you
Yeah,
do that.
no.
You failed it?
I failed it hard.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Wilson and the dog never come home. Not yet, anyways. But
Forever.
you do wake up in the morning.
Maybe they got
Your
something
glass
going
is
on.
still
Yeah, they got
shattered
something
in
on.
the living room. There's like
They're vacationing
there's a
in Cabo.
bird on your when you walk in the living room. There's a bird on your couch and it flies away through the window that's broken when you come in. But we're gonna end, I think, cut off from you right there. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with you,
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Yeah.
So we're starting off with you. Last episode, or but depending on last time you listened, it would be last session that we played. You had an indefinite insanity happen to you from seeing the beast that took over, that was overtaking Constatine. That was to go. You have a friendship with somebody. It was like you have to have a bad relationship with somebody, and you chose Nye as that bad relationship, the clown.
Yeah.
And then we ended your
It's a clown.
yeah. We ended your section off though with you watching TV at Constatine Jones' house, kind of falling asleep. But you noticed that right before you fell asleep, there was a TV program that came on that had Nye on it, and he was trying to get you basically in a fast. We're gonna kind of fast forward, but he was trying to get you to come and visit him through the TV, right?
Maybe
He had
do what?
an ad on TV. There was like an ad on TV, and it had Nye.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
he was talking
Yeah.
to you through the TV, telling you,
Yeah.
"Come on and see him, buddy."
As clowns are known to do, you know?
Yeah.
So that was your indefinite sanity. So we have to kind of role play through that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where we're at with you.
Okay.
I'll get to that thing. So, how do we start your day off? You wake up.
This
in
is morning?
Constatine. Yes, you wake up in Constatine Jones's house.
I get up like immediately, like about face up, and then just head to the pantry like I always do.
Okay. You roll
Check
to
the fridge, the freezer, some Eggos, some frozen waffles.
Well, I used that.
Okay, roll me a sanity check.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Serves you right.
Waffles?
Yeah. They're fun.
This is your home base sanity check. This has nothing to do with you seeing. No, you rolled the wrong dice there, sir.
21.
You passed.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay, that's good. So, and where were you going again?
Eggos.
and where were you going again?
Where was I going?
Yeah, you said you were starting your morning, and what were you
Yeah,
doing?
so I was going. So the idea was that I would go from the sofa to the fridge, back to the sofa,
Right.
and that would be actually the rest of my day. While I'm watching TV, I'm contemplating a cockfighting thing. Naturally, in Constantine's house.
Maybe set it up later,
But that's
yeah.
all. That's just like me, just kind of thinking about it. I'm watching TV mostly.
you-
Days of Our Lives is happening. It's 2 p.m. I woke up.
Yeah, and you get this itch though. You just that itch comes back that you need to go see Nye.
Yeah.
You have something.
Maybe he's got more egos.
Maybe he can help me out with
For
his
whatever
cockfighting.
reason you wanted to come up with
Yeah,
your character.
yeah.
You, for some reason, have that itch today. But like it's about
Wait a minute.
it's about afternoon.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I can make a lot of money in this cockfighting
there you
ring.
go.
Giddy up. And then I leave.
And then you leave
Yeah.
to the Constantine's house. How do you get to Taint's Alley? Okay, so you've noticed that Nye was usually hanging around Taint Alley the
Yeah.
times that you've met him.
So am I,
How do you get there?
Let's be honest.
You do what?
So am I. Let's be honest.
You see Constantine's truck
Yeah.
is still sitting there. He never
No.
uses it. He likes his bike. He's a
Yeah.
granola dad.
Yeah.
He runs marathons and shit.
And his
really-
keys are sitting right there in the kitchen.
No, I take public transportation.
You take public transportation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, you
not real
go.
hard about
It takes you about an hour or two. So it's about 1 o'clock at this
Yeah,
moment. And you go there, and during the day, you come right in front of Taint Alley, And you see that bums kind of litter out the alley on both
Yeah.
sides when
Yeah.
you're looking down it. And when you're kind of walking in, is that what you're kind of walking to?
Oh,
You know,
bums.
just kind of looking
The
around.
Real people.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to play a bum, you're welcome to say something. Be a bum.
Yeah,
okay.
I play the bum.
So yeah, he's walking down the alley.
Yeah.
You know,
What
you see just bums
the-
littered around. You know.
Isn't it crazy how the man's led you down?
Coke and Pepsi are the same thing, man.
All right, giddy up. Let's get out of here. I keep going. I keep walking.
Okay, so yeah, you keep walking down, and you see that. Okay, and you see a man asks for money.
Yeah.
Hey, sir, you got any money on you? Huh? Any change?
Well, I got a bus token. You want
Yeah,
a bus
that'll do.
token?
You want a butt token?
Yeah, you know what? You people really are the people of America. Here, you deserve a little handout. From
And yeah,
time
you
to
give him
time.
the bus token, and you see he has a small dog that's sitting perched on a box next to him. Give me a spot hidden check, real fast. Something fast happens.
I failed.
Okay. And it looks like the guy, when he looks at you, it looks like he has some kind of staph infection on his face. You know? It's 6, and he's sitting next to a makeshift tent, and it looks like before he asked you for money, he was carving something, you know, as you were walking through. He gets your attention and hands you what he was carving you, though. Here, take it. Take this.
It's not hygienic. It's not hygienic.
Oh, it's plain. It's totally hygienic.
Okay, I take it and I kind of keep walking.
Okay, yeah, and you keep, hold on, sir. And he kind of stops
Yeah.
you, though, and you get a chance to look at this for a split second, kind of
Yeah.
just looking at it for a minute. And it's a carving of what looks to be a sign. 3 question marks around a central triangle in a circular pattern. The arms of the question mark seem to swirl before your eyes as you're kind of looking at this thing. And then the dog, you kind of look behind you as you were walking away, though, and the dog opens its mouth, and the clown's voice starts coming out of the dog. Hey there, buddy.
Oh, my mom's told me this was gonna happen
You
one time in my
came.
life. Yeah, me? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, it's so good to see you, buddy.
Say, why do you sound so familiar right now?
And you see that the other boss, the bum next to him, is just his eyes just kind of glaze over and he just stares away. But what did you ask him again?
Your voice sounds so familiar.
It's Nye, your best bud.
Holy shit! What? You're a cocker spaniel?
I'm anything you want me to be.
Yeah, we're going somewhere with this.
I've never seen a cocker spaniel in my life. I don't know. Is this even a cocker spaniel?
Anyways, I really am so glad you came. You're the acting type, right? I think one of my little birdies said they saw you on the stage even.
Of course they did. I'm kind of a big deal around here.
Well, I have a job for you.
I'm listening.
The dog barks and the man hands you a shitty, dirty little book. Through the grime,
Something else.
you can see the title of it. Through the grime, you can see the title of it seems to be The King in Yellow. No author is named. The dog opens its mouth wide again. This is a very special play, and I want my very special boy to be a part of it.
What's the pay like?
Don't worry about the pay. You're with your best bud Nye now.
Oh, that's what
Your
they
best
always
bud Nye
say.
will take care of you. Make you a star.
I don't know. I don't usually deal with cocker spaniels like this.
If you want, I can change your form for you. Make it into something you would like. But you notice as you're talking now, all the bums in the alley stop and are pointing quietly at you. Roll a sanity check.
Insane success. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like
don't worry
what's
about the sanity damage there. That's right, Jerry. I want you as my star, and I'll be the director, so to speak.
Well, I'm always looking for work. Hell yeah, let's do it.
You'll be the main guy, the star.
I've always wanted to be the main guy. Okay. Be a star. A star.
Okay, listen.
Star.
You take this play, back to your boss at the Gotham Theater and tell him you have a hot new play that you want to put on. Then let him read the play. I think everything else will fall into place after that.
As long as I get to be the star, I'm in.
And then the dog barks again, and the man hands you a pen.
Yeah.
A pen. And this is a nice looking pen, almost futuristic looking.
Yeah.
A bum shouldn't have some shit like this.
Yeah.
And he gives you the Forget-Me-Nots pen. So here's what the Forget-Me-Nots pen is.
You want me to read it out loud?
Yes, please read it out loud. Let's just read it out loud.
A small metal pen with a satisfying click. Once clicked, a small red light comes out of the top. If clicked a second time, and if someone is staring into the red light during the flash, it will erase the memory of said person for a time limit specified by the user. The user can then tell the person what they remember and what to do next. If roll is failed, the pen still works, but has unspecified mental trauma on victim. Flash! You remember being in your bed all alone, all night, and the TV was mediocre. Now go home, run yourself a bath of mayonnaise, and cry to Colonel Sanders.
So yeah, that's the Forget-Me-Nots pen. So now, he gives you this. The dog seems to close
I made
its
this shit
mouth.
look good.
Yeah, the dog closes its mouth. The bum next to him pops back and picks up another piece of small wood and starts whittling away.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything to you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Say, that's some dog you got there, bum.
Oh, you know, I got him, I think, at a fucking flea market or something.
Oh, well, fucking... All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for the pen. I leave.
What pen? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so yeah, you leave. And if you want to do a quick little, like, maybe a scene of you going to your boss at the Gotham Theater real quick. Okay, explain what you do.
What's my boss's
I'll let
name?
you kind of take over the narrative at this point.
Yeah. What's my boss's name?
What does anybody want to play his boss?
I will.
Okay, what's his boss's name?
Andrew. Everyone
Andrew.
loves Andrew.
My name is Jerry. Andrew! I come running. You're
You have an
rehearsing
office.
something already?
You have an office, and you're in the Gotham Theater in your office.
Oh, in your office? I Kramer in. Bam!
Jesus
Andrew!
Christ, what is this?
Listen. X-nay on the Hamlet, eh? I got something new. This. I wave at his face.
He waves you a shitty little grimy book, and it's dirty, and you can barely see the title on it. But when you look in the title just real quickly, you see it says The King in Yellow.
I've read through this, and I gotta tell you, this is the best thing I've ever written or ever read. I'm sorry, in my life. This has got to be it. It's got to be me. This is the role I was born to play.
Me? You couldn't play the goddamn dog right last time.
Hey, listen.
But, you know, you are my favorite. You bring a laugh out every time. So.
Yep.
No, hold on. Just real quick. What you know of Jerry Cosmo as an actor, he's the shittiest actor in the whole thing. In fact, you mainly give him lines like one-line things because he blurbs the entire play up.
Also works.
You would never, ever in your wildest dreams give this man a play of his own. Are you kidding me? Anyways, we go ahead.
You know what? Leave it on my desk. I'll look at it and I'll get back to you when I got some time on my hands. How about that?
No, listen. Remember that incredible line I gave in that last speech? Man, these pretzels sure are salty, aren't they?
That wasn't the line. You were supposed to compliment the woman's dress.
Oh, it's called acting. It's called live theater. This is what it's all about. What do I have to say? This is the line. This is the role I was born to play.
You know, if you weren't family, I would have kicked you out years ago. Just leave on your desk. I'll look at it for your fucking sister, okay? Just get out of my room. Just go.
Thank you, Agatha. I look at the camera. Thank you, Agatha.
Who breaks
out.
the fourth wall and shit? This fucking guy.
And then I walk out.
The balls on this fucking guy.
That's why they keep him around, I swear to God.
And then for some reason,
His sister, okay?
as I'm leaving, for some reason, you just hear like a bass. God,
what did I do to deserve this?
Oh, this is fucking awesome. Okay, yes. So we'll end the scene with you. What do you react with this? How do you react?
Well, is there any level of like compulsion around this? Is my question. Because I'm assuming it's magic.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh,
of compulsion. I'm sorry, around what?
The book.
The playground.
Okay, so yeah, you look at the book. You look at the book. Is that what you're doing?
Well,
Just say, I look at the book, right? Or what do you think you're doing?
take out his handkerchief.
Okay.
This is filthy.
Yeah, it's a nasty, grimy. It's dirt all over it.
He'll give the first page read, so we can at least lie competently to Cosmo later about this.
Okay, so when you, I'm gonna say when you look at the front cover, right? You kind of wipe off the front cover a little bit, and you can now see that the book is named The King in Yellow. But also, when you wipe off more of the grime, you can see that sign, like the one with the 3 question marks around a central triangle in a circular pattern, and you can swear that the question marks seem to swirl before your eyes. You've never seen anything like this book before. It looks like a century old, maybe.
Maybe something lost. Okay. I'll read the first chapter.
Okay, and you do,
Maybe
and this,
he didn't write it, so I have faith in it.
and so the contents of this book at a game are kind of vague, right? But you are just engrossed within the first couple lines. All of a sudden, you can't stop reading. It's like it's all you do with your time for the next 2 days. You reread, you reread, you reread. You know this book in and out. It almost consumes your life with. You can't think about anything else.
We have to cancel Hamilton after all. This is looking pretty good.
And then we're gonna end the scene with that. All right. So now we're gonna go to Constatine Jones.
Word.
Roll me a sanity check, Constantine Jones.
Oh yeah, here we go. I got a lot of sanity to lose. Let's see how this goes. All right. 81. Can I spend a luck point to bring that down?
You pass or fail?
I passed, or I failed by 1. I wanted to spend a luck
Can't
point.
spend luck on sanity. Oh!
All right, whatever.
So you failed.
Yeah.
All right. So your night is consumed with. You can't sleep very well throughout this night. This is the night after the lighthouse, after everything happened in the lighthouse, right? So time is kind of convoluted between everybody's characters. So right now we're back the night. Right before. What did you do at that night that you came home from the mission?
Well, I don't know if I went home because he was at my place and I don't remember that we like interacted and stuff. So where did I go?
I can't remember from that sucks because I haven't gotten there in editing yet. Listeners, I haven't gotten there in editing yet, so bear with me.
Hey, listeners, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe.
Very professional podcast.
Thank you. You're the best.
I think I was heading home maybe, and I was probably, then I made a detour and I left like the truck over in Taint Alley.
You also, I don't know if you remember this, but you have a trailer in Darla's trailer park.
Oh yeah, okay. All right.
You have a cabin, but you also own a trailer.
How do I not know this?
This is something he only said in the very beginning when he made his character, so I'm surprised. You know, I'm not surprised he doesn't remember this, but
Because he hears what he wants to hear, you know? That's what I've always told him, you know?
All consumed by the
There's a pantry that I don't know
Fucking
about.
waffles and shit.
There's a pantry that I don't know about. Are you kidding me?
All right. So I'm going to head over to the trailer park for a little peace and quiet, I guess you'd say.
Too much slap bass fucking in my life.
Too much.
Head over there.
Yeah,
So I'm over
explain
there?
your trailer. What does it look like? What is it? You pull into Darlene's trailer park. I'm gonna let you take over the narrative here, man.
All right.
Explain. Give us a word picture.
So it's not probably the nicest trailer park in town, but I got like a little place, like a little like fifth wheel in the back, and probably bringing my dog with me, I would think. There's not a lot of stuff in there, but you know it's nice. All that stuff in there is mine.
Yeah.
I don't have to share it with anybody. Just saying, I'm not naming names or anything.
You would never ever tell Cosmos about this place. This is like your solitude.
If anything, this is your house. I had to buy a house away from my house.
Yeah.
So I go there. It's got
Darla the dog is with you as well.
it's got like a little big box TV at the trailer. Maybe like a swimming pool in the front, but it's like one of those kiddie pools, and it's pretty gross. But yeah, I just go there because I'm not feeling great, you know? Like, I don't know what's wrong, but like there's like, feel kind of itchy and like there's this kind of like buzzing in my ear and everything. And just kind of want to go and hear like the neighborhood like fighting, like these kids like shooting off fireworks and shit like outside. And I was just looking I'm real tired as well. So like I'm going in there, sleeping in some old like fucking, you know, rundown like bed that I probably pulled from the side of the road at some point. But it's mine. And then,
of course,
you know, so I'm probably laying there just listening to the sounds of the trailer park at night.
You do eventually get sleep, but it takes you a long, long time, and you're up through the late hours of the night, and you do get sleep. But when you wake up, you see on the floor of this like one bedroom trailer kind of type thing, there's a dead body.
What?
Roll me a sanity check.
God damn it. Pass that one. Pass it hard.
Okay, give me one. You're gonna take 1 point of sanity loss.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, you do.
Oh man.
Look, when you get back, are you looking at this body?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at this body, you do know this person. This is a person that lives in your trailer park. In fact, they live 2 doors down in the trailer, 2 doors down. What's their name?
Earl.
This is Earl.
Yeah, it's fucking Earl.
This is fucking Earl. And when you look a little closer too, it looks like Earl has been drained of all fat. Only 3 small holes are on the neck, in a triangular pattern.
Earl.
He looks drained of all fat. Yeah. So he's like a skeletal husk almost on your floor. Even his eyes look like they've been drained of everything, just sunken in his skull at this point.
I like try to push him with my shoe, and I'm like, yeah, he's pretty dead.
He's fucking dead. He's super
like
dead.
that dude that passed out of my marathon.
What do you do?
Fucking loser, dude.
You get a knock at your cabin door.
Oh, right away.
So what do you do?
I say to myself, I hope it's somebody not like trying to sell me windows or something like that.
Open up.
Do I recognize the voice?
Constatine!
Oh shit.
Are you home?
All right. I'm gonna go to the front like aluminum trailer door there. I open it up, but it's at night, right?
No, this is more. This is like
time?
you've woken up in about 8 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Okay. So it's daytime. I'm just gonna open it up like a little bit, and I'm gonna like peek my head out.
All right. Does anybody want to play this character?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. What you know is that your brother has been missing all night and never came home.
Leo?
Earl.
Earl. What's my name?
Leo.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you're knocking on his door. Take the narrative.
Dun, 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 dun. Open up now. Constantine, is that you?
Leo?
Constantine,
what are you doing over here?
You look like you seen a ghost, brother.
It's just, I'm just not feeling right. What are you up to?
I'm ghost hunting right now, but it just occurred to me, I haven't seen my brother in 2 days.
Earl? Yeah.
One and the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Say.
In fact, Leo, give me a spot hidden check at a 40%.
Wait, I'm just a random ass character. I'm doing a spot hidden
Give me
check.
a spot hidden check at a 40%.
Constantine, give me a second. I gotta do something here.
No, this is while he has the door open talking. You're just looking.
Hold on, keep the door open.
Should hit the body better.
Well, it was so fast.
I got extremes of sex. I got a 9. Hold on.
No, here's what you see. You see a handkerchief that used to be
Hold on,
Earl's
man.
handkerchief that used to hang out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the ground
His pocket
behind
right here?
Constantine Jones in his
Yeah.
living room, kind of like behind him, where he's talking. He has his head poking out. You see it behind him on the floor.
No, wait, just a morsel now.
Yeah?
Wait, what?
Well, all right.
Do my eyes see me now? I think I see something. My
You're,
brother.
like, trying to like.
Yeah, I'm
look
kind of like
around
doing like
and
that.
shit?
It's like a little slit too. I'm like, I
All
think I see my brother's handkerchief. Oh, he did love that handkerchief. He sweats like a mother. I tell you what.
That's what I hear. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do.
My brother Earl.
I'll be like, all right, come on in for a sec, and then
All right.
so I open the
You have
door
an accent
just like
too?
a crack, like just enough to get this guy in here. Do like a quick look around and stuff.
I do appreciate coming in from the heat. Oh,
it's
can I
sure-
use my brother's handkerchief?
sure
My
is.
Okay. You want to do that?
Yeah, I go.
Okay. When you do that, what happened? What do you do?
Sure. Like, so I open it up. He comes in.
Oh, you have
He's
company,
looking
I
at the
see.
handkerchief.
Behind
Hey,
him.
you're looking at the handkerchief.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
I'll be like, I woke up this morning. I saw him like this.
So did I.
And I don't know how he got here.
No, we'll say
you
this.
have
We'll say
company,
this.
I see.
You have a living room and you have one bedroom where your bed is. You have a bedroom and that's where the body is.
So
he's
like,
in the
he's
living
in
room.
Okay.
He's in
so
the
Where's
I
your
living
didn't say
kitchen?
anything right here.
But you did see that this handkerchief was in the living room. You did pick it up, right? Is that what you wanted to do? Are
Yeah.
you stopping anything? Are you just letting this happen?
At this point, he's already in there and stuff.
Yeah, so he's wiping his forehead
It's
with
hot.
this. He's wiping his forehead with this.
With your
When he
dead
brings
brother's
down the
handkerchief.
handkerchief, though, there's blood all over his
Smells
forehead.
like my brother. I don't see it yet because it's dark in here. It's a miracle I even saw it in the first place.
So there's blood all over his forehead.
yeah.
You get a whisper in your head, Constantine Jones, all of a sudden, and it stops you in your tracks just to hear this, because you don't think it's coming from anything but inside. And it says,
Constantine.
Yes.
Kill him, Constantine.
So it's gonna say.
Hey, Constantine.
He knows.
I know you had company.
He knows Constantine.
This guy's more asleep than my mother in a church.
All right.
Say, wait a minute.
I'm gonna be like brutally honest with him at this point and see how it plays out.
okay.
I'm gonna pull him into like the other room, the other room of the trailer. And
Where's your kitchen?
We ain't got no waffles or nothing.
No.
And I'll be like, this guy, your brother, he like.
Wait, what?
Here, and so I lead you over to like where his like fucking dead body
Roll
is.
me a sanity check at a 30%.
I failed like a motherfucker.
Okay, you see he turns white as a ghost as he sees his brother. Almost starts tearing up at the eyes.
Cletus?
No,
Earl.
his name was
Curl.
Earl.
Oh, no.
This
Earl.
is the other brother.
Can't believe it.
You got that bloody handkerchief and shit, right?
What the? And
He
I,
did this.
And I see it.
He
and
did this
like,
to your brother.
I
That's
see,
your
like-
first thought.
What? Constantine?
Now listen, Leo.
You
You
son
see
of
the
a
blood on
gun?
the handkerchief now? You see it's all over your forehead?
Yeah.
Constantine.
This is my brother's blood?
I don't know
BB?
what's going on here.
On my forehead?
But you got blood all over your forehead.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And I don't know
Oh, no.
what we're gonna do here, but
What? Oh, my God. Do you have a sink?
do I have a sink? I don't know. It's
You don't even have a
probably,
kitchen.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
like a there's like a living room and a bedroom.
yeah, I got a sink.
Oh my God, my
So,
brother.
Like, we go over and he's gonna wipe off his face or something.
He's going to wipe off his face. He starts going into the sink. He
so I
leans
can
over
see my
to the
brother's
sink.
dead body
You
better.
start hearing the whisper
Wait,
again.
Get him,
I'll see
Constantine
my
now.
brother's dead body more.
Get
Holy,
him.
I
You
can't
have
believe
a
it.
knife sitting right next to him.
I go to my brother's body and just to like start mourning.
Okay, so he leaves the sink, goes over to his brother. He leaves you right in the kitchen by
How-
yourself,
how
right next to
strong
the
is
knife.
his voice? Is
Roll
it
me a
just-
power check
is
to
it-
see how strong this voice is.
No, Earl. Earl.
Oh my god, it's still
No luck can be spent on this roll.
30. So I did strong or like I passed.
The whispers go away.
Yeah, just a normal whisper in the brain.
And then my screaming starts. Oh no! We got to get my brother out of here. You monster!
is he
Yeah,
like,
he knows.
He's like screaming though.
You're a
now, right?
goddamn monster, my
He's
brother.
screaming now.
That's not gonna be good for the fucking trailer park.
Uh-oh.
Bang, bang.
Uh-oh.
What the? Help! Help! My brother's in here. He's dead.
I'm coming.
Who's
and I,
this?
and I'm
Cletus,
not.
the other brother.
Cletus, is that you?
Listen. Like, you know,
Cletus-
pants,
yeah, Cletus hears his
suspenders,
brother yelling.
real fat man.
Cletus, you bring your 6-shooter with you?
Damn straight I did. He starts walking back, and you can feel like the floor vibrating. Cletus
I'm
is not a
imagining
small
big
man.
fat guy with like suspenders and stuff, sweaty.
What
Cletus,
happened?
Cletus, look. He's our brother.
Roll me a sanity check at a 30%.
Nope.
He's like, are you sure? He's like, are you sure?
You get super angry at seeing the dead, like your brother dead on the floor in somebody's apartment. Your brother is sitting here telling you who's responsible. He's pointing at Constatine Jones at the moment. This is slowing down in slow motion at the moment. Constatine Jones is red in the face.
This is a man with no kitchen in his trailer park.
brothers does this guy have? You know?
Well, one less.
Okay, I'm giving Constantine and you a decision right now. What are you doing? Because you're super angry. You're filled with anger right now with the scene of death of your brother. What is your decision of what you were going to do?
He is so angry. He's going to throw his gun. He wants to physically beat the shit out of Constantine. No, he's discarding it. He wants
Just throwing it to the side.
to physically cause this man pain for
And this
taking his
guy's all
brother.
like,
Okay.
Oh, brother.
My brother.
That being said, this man has done a lot of morning drinking.
he
He
might be
probably
low
ended
in
his
stamina.
night with a lot of drinking. He's not, stable. But he's going to give it his best shot.
Okay, so roll me a fighting brawl check at a 40% at disadvantage. Roll twice, take the higher. What are you doing at this moment?
Well, if he's starting to like stagger at me and stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
you see this big, large man start to waddle his way towards you in a shambling motion.
I'm gonna, if he starts coming at me, I'm gonna take out the 9mm I got, and I'm gonna point it at him. I'll be like, "You gotta slow your shits down," or something like that.
Does this dissuade your action at all?
Yeah, does it dissuade
He
you?
rolled so poorly, he probably doesn't even notice you have it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
he's
no,
probably still
coming
drunk
for it.
and stuff.
He's
All
drunk.
right.
He's coming for it.
All right,
I think that's
well,
a good
I mean, if
decision.
You
he's-
rolled a 97 and 92.
Yeah, that's a
No.
fumble for sure. That's a fumble. He doesn't have a skill above 50%. That's a fumble.
All right, I mean, if he's
It's off to the responsible brother.
yeah, you're the smart one.
I'm holding my dead brother, like he was a baby boy. Look at him. Look at him. He's dead.
Yeah.
He look asleep.
All right.
There's
Constantine
blood on
Jones,
my
it's your
forehead.
decision. You could. I mean, okay. I'm not going to be like the one to say, give you the options, but there's other things you could do.
Other than shoot him.
Of course. There's in Call of Cthulhu, you can always do other shit than fight. Just giving you that option.
That's why I dropped the gun.
Are you two gonna do something or what? You like, what's with the dice?
But that doesn't dissuade you from doing it. If you want to fight, fight. But I'm just putting that out there.
Can I don't know if I want to kill him. Maybe I do.
Excuse me?
I
Like you did
know,
my brother?
I'm just talking to myself.
Boss
He talks to
burying
himself a
boys
lot, right?
forever.
I'm
Like
just
you
going to
did my
say this.
brother?
As everything's going on, you step back and you have your keys jingle in your pocket for your truck. That's all I'm going to say.
Can I try to subdue him? Like get behind him and like knock him out?
And I would say that he's so drunk, he fumbled his check that you do that. You
Okay,
get behind him
behind
and you have him by the neck, we'll say, right? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have him by the
Big
neck
old
in like a
fat
headlock.
neck.
And you have, what do you do now? It's your turn.
For point of reference, he is like jelly just jiggling when you do that.
Yeah.
Help! I'm trying to carry my brother out the
Out the
exit.
front
Yeah,
door?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck, shit is turning bad for you, Constantine.
Help!
So
Help!
what I'm going to do is give you a
Damn, this
strength.
motherfucker
We're going to
heavy.
give you a strength roll at a 50%. Okay?
I pass.
Okay, so you're able to lift your brother up and
Yeah.
start
Well,
dragging him out the
he
door.
don't weigh very much
I'm going to say
anymore.
he has enough action to get himself to the front of the door. It's not open. He shut it, or I don't know. He did not shut it. He
No,
busted
it's
it.
open. He
It's open.
barged
You're
in.
at a wide open door, but that's
Thank
where we're
God,
ending
Earl.
your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Earl, thank God.
Dead brother.
Yeah, right.
like,
Well,
at the
thank
door.
God all the blood's been sucked out. You won't weigh nothing, man.
Yeah, he's a
Just like,
hollow
just
husk.
take him out.
Yeah. In fact, his leg falls off as you
Oh,
pick
we
him
can do
up.
something about that.
Where are you even going with this guy? I don't even know.
Well, I don't.
Okay, so we're going back to Cletus. Cletus, what does Cletus try to do? You could break out of his grip or try to, or you could. What is your
Cletus
action?
is like trying to grab his hands, break the grip.
Okay.
But he is so drunk, so clumsy. He tips back and falls like a tree.
Oh, shit.
I am going to do this though.
Timber.
Roll me a strength check at 40% on a disadvantage. You're drunk.
Okay.
80 is not good.
86 is not good. 86.
Nope. Yeah, 86. So he doesn't do that. What is
He
your?
like, what,
He's
he's
trying to. You
stumbling
can.
back?
Yeah, he's stumbling
And
back.
stumbling back.
So what is your action now?
I'm gonna. So I imagine.
You see the other brother taking the body out the
Yeah,
front
but
door.
I got
though.
this sweaty motherfucker in my arm and stuff. Can I actually take him and try to spin him out of the way so I can go after him a little bit?
Yes. So I would say roll me a strength check, but you don't have to do very well because he's.
Yeah, you suck.
I would say as long as you don't fumble this strength check, you're good. As long as it's not a
He's
fumble
gonna have
roll.
to work for you.
But just roll because just in case it's a fumble, I want to know.
000.
He fumbled. All right, so things are looking bad for Constatine Jones as we enter the next episode. What will he do about all the death around him? Find out next time on the Crit Heads podcast. But before we leave tonight, I promised you all a sample of our showcase winner Roy M. Griffis' audiobook called The Thing from HR. If you have something you would like to show off to the community and want to be featured in our next episode, send all submissions to critheadspodcast@yahoo.com, and we can talk about it. The Thing from HR is a comedy story based in the Cthulhu mythos, and this will be the entire first chapter. So enjoy!
Hot blood. I was just settling down at my desk with a nice hot cup of the blood of a thrice-cursed dead man when I heard the squawker outside my office rumble. HR? May I help you? My secretary, Bug, answered in her most professional hideous shriek. I'd lowered my proboscis into the steaming brew, waiting for that lovely first jolt of hell-bound hemoglobin to land upon the parched, empty place where there should have been a soul, when I perceived that most dreaded event just beyond the entrance to my foul lair. A moist, tearing noise thundered at my earhole. Oh, bother. Bug was flapping a fluid limb at me frantically. From the squishiness of the sound, I deduced she was using her fourth tentacle, that fluid, writhing thing of power and horror. Another wet snap. The first cup of blood was so satisfying, or damned good, as we liked to call it, that initially I refused to leave the place where I hunkered and gibbered. Instead, one of my eye stalks slithered along the lair wall and protruded outside. She buried the squawker under her other 14 tentacles and hissed, "It's beef bits!" Oh, bother indeed. It was himself. Itself, really. His nibs, the big kahuna. I'm assigned to the HR if my esoteric vocabulary were not enough to hip you in, old bean. I slid the beaker of blood to one side and cringed before the squawker. Human Restraint Office, how may I be of service? Do take me off speaker, nephew. It was then that the terror washed over me. A call from the head of our division was bad enough, but now our family connection was mentioned? For long eons, I withered before the karma-rending power of he who must not be named in casual conversation, only occasionally able to blubber helpless replies. Yes, I'm new to the division, your abominableness. 400 years. No, oh, most loathsome of the shadows, I am certified. However, I've never actually... But it was my final piercing shriek of despair that brought Bug scuttling into the lair, where she found me upon the corpse-strewn floor, my 1,000 eye stalks alternately flagellating me and quivering loosely. That must have been a fun chat, she observed helpfully. What did the bits want? Unable to speak coherently for a moment, I rocked and wailed at the horror of my fate. She politely rewarmed the blood while I composed myself. Unable to bear the weight of my destiny while prone, I climbed to my hooves and composed myself. Brushing my eyes back into order, I crept into the comfort of my tatty bones of hanged men chair. After a restorative slobber of the hot hemo, I looked at her terrifying primary face, where sat her usual expression of tolerant compassion for my lot. It's worse than you can imagine. A smile of hideous knowledge rested upon her ancient face. I can imagine a lot. I buried my head in my hand, eye stalks drooping to cover what would have been a face. The boss is sending me to Earth. And then, Bug screamed. To my more cosmopolitan readers, the structure of our existence, one cannot really say life, is so self-evident as to require neither comment, nor inquiry, nor even notice. However, some of the readers of my modest monograph may not exist in the realms where hope liveth not, thus very little of my scientific investigation will make sense to them. I beg my more learned correspondents to bear with me, as I endeavor to bring a certain cultural context to my tale. It was the seer H.P. Lovecraft, known by some of my kind as HPV, that is, Howard Phillips, visionary, who first perceived what lurked beyond the veil of mortal human life, and quickly began blabbing about it to those who had the wit to hear. His knowledge was incomplete, imperfect, and, I've been told, often poorly composed, so the forbidden knowledge he shared was taken for little more than passionately felt diverting tales. Even one who sees dimly, as did HPV, can scry some of the truth of a thing. But the truth is so much more than Lovecraft's fevered brain was able to communicate or contain. As I was taught by older and wiser non-beings than myself, my kind have existed for eons uncountable here in the realms beyond time and the ken of man. There are those whose names it is not wise to utter in the lower realms. You know of dead Cthulhu who lies dreaming, of course. An essential essence, so bewilderingly terrifying to human senses, whom the seer Lovecraft could only describe by suggesting an amalgam of terrestrial animals, whose names escape me at the moment. Perhaps an okapi with the head of an octopus or some such nonsense? The Dread One possesses an intelligence so vast and a sanity-rendering reality so utterly alien to any form of life, or non-life, that not even such as we are completely sure what the Big C, as the Cthulhu Sentai have been known to call him, actually is or truly wants. He is not the only lightless star in our dark galaxy, however. There is Herketh, the black son of Lemuria, Farithus, the stealer of breath, and one ignores the Gordagundu, the dominatrix of the primordial slime, at their peril. They, along with many others too terrible to mention, lurk in the blackness from which light forever flees. All of them. And there are surprising numbers of beings of malevolent energies, equally pre-time entities, with aims as inscrutable as he who is dead asleep. As charming as these fellows sound, they hold a deep and typically fatal fascination for some humans and other life forms from the dimension of light. Somehow, humans and Pleiadians and Greys and smartly dressed cockroaches and numberless other intelligent life forms keep finding their way here, which, being outside of time and space, is not precisely a place or a now. These allegedly intelligent beings are seeking, something. And that is where we come in. We are staff, as it were. Servants of the Big C and his ilk. In fact, of the many surprises that await those misguided seekers who find their way to us, the most striking fact is perhaps the fact that our activities in this place are so well organized. Editor, I'd like to think that we have in fact been a most useful model for organizations on the other side, because our template of tedium and terror has been repeated through countless worlds. I have no proof of this. I am very busy, yet very unimportant after all, but I plan on mounting a study of the subject before I retire. But I digress. There are subordinate beings of staggering potency, such as my uncle, a mighty one who communes with our silent masters and keeps us ever in readiness for the moment of unmaking. There are those below him, powerful still, who oversee and organize the work of implementing our mission statement. I'll not record that unspeakable document here, for it contains over 75,000 clauses that would be largely incomprehensible to humans, such as never give a cat power, which Earth's ancient Egyptians ignored to their everlasting regret. Others hop, slither, shamble. I am noted for the quality of my shambling, if I do say so myself. Stumble or ooze through the hierarchy unnaturally. The delirious hounds of Wagundwa, the shrieking baboons from beyond the veil, and of course the mailmen of Kismet, to enumerate but a few. Then, at the bottom of the org chart, there are such as Bug and I. Shoggoths. We were created as servants of the outer darkness, instruments of the often silent will of the dread Dark Ones. Lesser beings in our civilization, to be sure, but far more powerful than any human. Editor. Or plebeians. Those fellows are insufferable at their spiritual advancement, and for such highly evolved beings they certainly seem to wander in the lands where madness reigns, far more often than mere chance would seem to support. The forms of a Shoggoth vary for reasons I really can't go into here, but suffice it to say we are the stuff of a nightmare that is teetering on the edge of madness with just a soupçon of raving. It's not glamorous work, nor glorious, but it is vital, and I felt this expository digression was necessary to ensure my gentle reader, regardless of their species or status as quick or non-living, might more fully grasp the import of this modest account of my experiences down there. Detached duty was the official term used by His Maleficence, but the truth was, as are most truths in our dark dominion, far more excruciating. I was being sent down amongst the humans. After conveying this brutal fact to Bug, I collapsed into a heap of ichory tears. Good Bug regained her composure after her unseemly outburst and cooed, "Now then, what's all this about now? You studied those hairless apes, did you not?" "That was ages ago." I could not help but wail in my torment. "And it was only an elective class." "But you are interested," she said encouragingly. "You do keep up with them. I've heard you chatting with the damned ones before they're sent out for tidying up." I snivelled into the cooling mug of blood. "Well, they are right there for processing, and they look so confused by it all." I gather the sight of their bodies, typically turned inside out as a result of their messing about with things man is not meant to know, tends to render their remaining essence rather nervously chatty, and a great deal more congenial to correction about the reality of unseen but only hoped at, or deeply feared, realms. "That's right," Bug went on sweetly, laying several soothing tentacles across my brows and using a few of the others to massage away the tension in my somewhat shapeless bulk. "Think of it as a little field trip, eh? You'll get to be surrounded by the wee humans. And what was it Beef Bits wanted you to do?" "My uncle," I announced morosely, "has asked that I observe a certain troublesome group of humans." It was a rather vague request, as these things tended to go. He had emphasized the troublesome part of the brief, now that I thought about it. The suckers of her tentacles began to bite savagely into my skin. As I relaxed against the pleasant sensation, she said, "It sounds like a great responsibility, Nagla." How so? Oh, yes, right there, dear bug. She set to, flailing at my hide with her tentacles, adding, well, naturally, they'd only send a very capable and daring Shoggoth to that nasty, superstitious place. It's a backwater, I said in distress, starting to stand. Her tentacles wrapped round the arms of the bone chair, pinning me there. Which is why they need you, the most educated being to ever run the Human Restraint Office. I relaxed again under the twin assaults of her sound thumping of my upper thorax and her equally sound reasoning. Most of the lesser elder things do think that HR is a joke, an impediment to getting their job done. Yes, of course, she cooed again. I winced at that, for I knew that on a distant planet several galaxies across the hall, a tiny subspecies of newt had suddenly exploded into extinction. But such are the burdens of our power. And you are just the shambling horror to prove them wrong. By the name of the unnameable, I dare say you are right. Oh, I know I am, she said in a teasing way. Will there be anything else, oh Lord of the Fungi? I waved the flattery away. Psh, could you be a love and fetch me a hot pint of something a little mellower? I gestured at the coagulating blood. Perhaps a dram of an occasional blasphemer? Right away, sir, she replied with a wink, punctuating it with a saucy smack of a tentacle tip against my proboscis. Dear bug, what would I ever do without her? Thus fortified, I turned to my necromail to resume my duties unending.
The voice on that audiobook is oh so juicy, in a good way. That was the first chapter of The Thing from HR by Roy M. Griffis. I had a pretty long phone conversation with Roy, and he's very passionate about writing and has been doing it for a long time in many different formats. His books are on Amazon under Roy M. Griffis. He said his audiobook isn't on Audible anymore, so if you dig it, hit him up at griff@roymgriffis.com. I'll have all his social media plugs in the description of the episode for anybody interested. He also said that the fourth book in this series is coming out soon, so now's the perfect time to catch up. If you would like to be featured in an episode for something you do that's cosmic horror or Cthulhu mythos related, be sure to send in a submission to critheadspodcast@yahoo.com, and we can figure it out. But I think I'm going to leave you all with that. This is your Crypt Keeper Eli signing off. Stay weird, my peoples.